Creed 3.
Because it's Michael B. Jackson.
Who?
Is that his...
Who? Michael B. Jackson, the guy who wrote Thriller.
Hyper Talkative.
Oh God, Ruby.
Happy St. Patrick's Day! Yay! Can't you tell by our green?
I hope you're wearing green, otherwise the little leprechaun is gonna pinch you.
Pinch, pinch.
And the little leprechaun is Ruby.
Pinch, pinch.
And she's pinching you.
I have an Irish joke for you.
Okay.
And it's in an Irish accent. Well, part of it is.
Okay, go ahead.
Why do you make Irish bean soup with only 41 beans?
What?
Why do you make Irish bean soup with only 41 beans? Because otherwise it would be too farty. Wait, I messed it up. Why do you make Irish bean soup with 239 beans?
Why, Ruby?
Because one more and it would be too farty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have another one.
Oh God.
What time did the Irishman go to the dentist?
Too farty.
No, 2:30. Wait, no, 2:30. 2:30. 2:30. I don't think that one's Irish. I don't think that one's Irish, actually.
These are really bad. Anyways. Welcome to episode 27 of Hyper Talkative Podcast. It's actually really weird. I know I feel like I say this every time, but it's actually really weird that there's 27 episodes because that means we're almost done with season 2, which is crazy. It feels like
that is crazy.
Just yesterday we began, but
we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary also.
Yeah. We don't know what we're doing yet.
Yeah.
So. But, oh man, when we figure out what it is, you're not going to want to miss it.
It's going to knock your socks off.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to randomly generate a question.
So you can get to
know us.
Ooh, I like this.
I hate this question.
What's your earliest memory? If you listen to last episode
was what's your favorite birthday? Now it's what's your earliest memories? As someone who struggles with memory, this is horrible.
Well, I have an answer, so I'm going to answer it. You can always do a different question. Throwback to last episode when I told everyone that I hate when people are like, I remember when I was born. No, you didn't. But I don't remember when I was born. My earliest memory, I think I was probably like 4 or 5, and I don't know how I know that this is my earliest memory. It's hard because like we have so many home videos and stuff, so it's foggy. Right. But I have this memory that was not recorded, and I just think it's my earliest memory because I can't remember anything before it. So it was Easter, and I was wearing a green puffy coat. And
for St. Patrick's Day?
No, for Easter. And I spilled jelly on my coat and I got a jelly stain on it. And I remember that. And then I remember going and I must have been 4 or 5, I don't know. We went into the backyard to do an egg hunt and we had like a ton of neighbors our age. So we were like, okay, well, let's do an egg hunt with like all the kids and stuff. And they were like, let the younger kids go first, meaning like people younger than me. I was like, honey, I'm 4. I'm young, but they made me and the other like older kids wait. So by that time, all the eggs were found.
But that's what they always do. They always start with.
That's not fair. But that's my earliest memory: spilling jam on my green coat and then doing
the egg hunt.
Yeah, doing the egg hunt.
I literally don't have one. I'm sorry. I don't.
That's okay.
I don't know when
Georgia's earliest memory was last week.
Actually,
when we recorded the podcast.
Shut up. That's mean. I do have an earliest memory. It was in preschool, and it was like our holiday concert, our holiday party or something.
Okay.
And like, okay, you're bored.
No, sorry. Guys, we're recording this at 7 o'clock at night.
This is an hour before Ruby's bedtime.
Yeah, I'm sleepy.
But I don't know. And we were like making crafts or something. But I remember there was something wrong with my teeth. I had a cavity, and it was my 2 front teeth. And I don't know if I've talked about this before.
Can you get cavities in your front teeth?
Yeah, I did. I don't know if we talked about this before. I also don't know 100% that it was a cavity, but I remember whatever it was in between my 2 front teeth. It wasn't like food or something. It was like something wrong. I could flip it, like I could use my fingers and like push it back and forth between my teeth. I don't know if it was a cavity. I don't know if it was a filling. I don't know what it was, but it messed up my mouth. And I just remember playing with it. That was my first memory. Oh. And as it turns out, then here's a little bonus. Since I remembered you get a bonus, I had to go and get my front teeth removed. This was in preschool, remember? Yeah. And then they didn't grow back until 5th grade. I didn't have 2 front teeth for all of elementary school.
That's probably why you were bullied.
That is so rude. I didn't have front teeth for all of elementary school. And then in 5th grade, my parents were like, okay, it's been like 5 years. What's the holdup? And they were like, man, I don't know. Here's the thing also.
Wait, so did they grow in? Are those real?
Yes. No. Yeah, they're real.
Oh, I didn't know.
No, they are. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
But 5th grade, what they did is they slit my gums. They slit it with like a...
Trigger warning for anyone who doesn't like gross stuff.
They slit 2 little slits and my teeth grew in. So I was like, really? We waited 5 years for you to take a knife to my gum?
Ew!
Sorry, guys. But it worked. Here's the thing also, like, it wasn't like we had tried everything. This was like
Apparently
a 5-6 year process. We had tried everything. I had to teeth. In 4th grade, I had to teeth.
Did you use like a teething ring?
Yes. My mom and I went to like Target and got a teething ring, and every night I'd sit there and I'd chew on it. In 4th grade. So that's, you know what? That's my earliest memory. But now I have 2 front teeth and, you know, My Shiny Teeth and Me by Chip Skylark. But here's the thing also, I'm just gonna rant. I then had braces in 6th grade.
Oh.
So my two front teeth came in and they were like, boom, jail. And then the little like glue that they put on my teeth caused an allergic reaction. And so that's why I have those 2 dots on my teeth. If you've ever been super close to me, you know that there's 2 dots on my teeth, which I've always been insecure about it. But
it's just normal to me now.
Because people are like, oh, you didn't brush your teeth. Yes, I did.
Yes, she did.
Yes, I did. 3 times a day. But it's just like the paste or whatever they used caused a reaction.
Well, one time in elementary school, I was eating a milk dud, and I ripped out a tooth that wasn't even loose.
That's impressive.
It hurt. And then I also had braces. Well,
how long did it take for that tooth to grow back after it was pulled out?
I don't remember. Probably soon. I have all of them now.
Must be nice.
But I had braces. I got braces in 5th grade when I still had like most of my baby teeth. So they put the braces on my baby teeth.
That's interesting.
Which was a scam because then
you're not supposed to do
I got them off in 6th grade and my baby teeth were straight and then the rest of them fell out and grew back in crooked. So then in 7th grade I had to get braces again and I had those on till 10th grade.
So you had braces twice.
I had braces twice. I had expanders. I had retainers. Yep. The one point was braces, expander, retainer all at once. Mm-hmm. Spacers, worst shit ever.
I hated spacers.
Those hurt.
I also hated rubber band, like the rubber bands you had to get with the braces.
When you couldn't open your mouth the way. And did your mom ever have to use the key in your expander?
To expand it? Yes.
That was, if my kid ever has that, they can just suffer. Yeah. I'm not sticking my hand in their mouth.
They also, I had braces in 6th grade and then like 7th grade-ish kind of. And then in high school, I had them on for like 3 years. I got them back on in 8th grade. They wanted to keep them on until like my senior year.
You said,
dude,
heck no.
I hate the orthodontist.
Heck no.
Also, I'm Georgea, and that's Ruby.
Oh, yeah. I need to go back to my orthodontist and get a new retainer, though, because my teeth have been getting crooked again, and I just can't deal with this. I lost
my retainer, and then I found it, and it didn't fit in my mouth, so I made a necklace into it.
I
made it into a necklace.
I had to get rid of my retainer and get a mouth guard because I grind my teeth and chomp so hard. Apparently, according to Jake, I will fall asleep and then just go.
That reminds me of Cat in the Hat. When Alec Baldwin goes, nobody likes a suck up. Shout out to my sister. Okay.
Anyways, that was a great start. Yeah. Glad we're feeling talkative.
Oh, yeah. Hyper talkative. Okay. Illuminate. Illuminate makes me think of Illumination, which is the Minions. The movie company with the Minions in the intro.
Hey, banana.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Is there a minion? Is there a minion
Larry?
Is there a minion in here right now?
Oh my God.
Did you have a minion face? when Minions was out? Yeah, me either.
My sister did.
Okay.
But I didn't.
It must be the younger
sister
sibling
thing. I love those movies so much, and like they're so fun.
Yeah.
And I like the Minions, but I didn't go through a phase.
Yeah, me either.
Yes, you definitely did.
Guys, I went as one for Halloween.
Oh god.
It was and I went as Vector. God, I have an issue. But I also had like a Minion shirt that I would wear constantly.
What? How old were you?
5th grade, 4th grade, whenever the first one came out.
That's fine. I thought you were gonna say like sophomore year of high school.
No.
I don't know. You're kind of sometimes.
I know. In high school, I would have done it for the bit.
Yeah.
But in elementary school, it wasn't for the bit. I just really liked them.
Yeah.
And I definitely like posted, like those Minion memes that's like.
Yeah.
I definitely had those on my Instagram.
Definitely.
But they're gone. They're gone.
That's okay.
I moved on to Vector.
Yeah. Georgia and I have been really into movies lately.
Yes, we have.
Us and our friend group, Shout Out Nightmare. We all have recently purchased Regal Unlimited.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know, Regal theaters have an unlimited subscription thing where you can just pay a monthly fee and then you can watch as many movies as you want.
Which is like ideal if you go to the movies like twice a month, you should get it.
Yeah, because you're literally paying it off. Like you're paying less per month. Whatever.
Yeah. It's like $21.
Yeah.
Which is the cost of one trip to the movies.
One ticket
if you
is
get
$16.75 just for the ticket.
So definitely recommend.
And so all of our friends got it, and like there's nothing really else to do here. Right. And all of us are film students. We're all like little nerds.
Okay, film student loosely.
Communication students.
But we're not gonna. Yeah,
we're not film buffs.
Yes,
we're not annoying.
Right.
Film buffs. No. And so we've all been just frequenting the movie theaters lately. It's so fun.
I love it.
It's great because like movies like I wouldn't usually pay to see, like we just go.
Yeah.
Like last night we saw Puss in Boots.
Right, which I would usually see that. Weird example.
Sorry. I saw this movie called Emily last week that was god awful. But
it was free, basically.
It was free pretty much.
It's just it's like I'm like, oh, well, this movie came out. I kind of want to see it. Yeah. Okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
And it's like that, and then I do, and it's
Regal replays a lot of movies, which I like. So like Saturday, I'm going to see Top Gun Maverick again.
Her favorite.
Which I've seen 5 or 6 times in theater.
More, probably.
And now Own.
Yeah.
But it's not as good as seeing it in the theater. Like watching it at home is not as good as seeing it in the theater. So I'm gonna go.
Ruby doesn't like to watch movies outside of the theater. I can't watch
movies at home.
Which is the other thing. It's perfect for her.
Yeah.
I saw 80 for Brady.
Oh yeah. And Magic Mike's
Last
Dance.
Yeah. Would not like watch, like pay money to watch those. But I got Regal Unlimited, so I'm there. I'm there.
Regal, sponsor the podcast.
We're doing you a favor right now.
Really
That's the other thing too. Like
we are keeping our Regal in business.
Vanessa and Aaron got it first, and they had it. And then I was like, should I get it? Because we had talked about it. Yeah. And then I got it. And then you guys started hanging out without me because I didn't want to pay to go see the movies. And you got jealous.
I got jealous, so then I got it.
And then Tommy was like, hey, Georgia, me and my roommates just got Regal Unlimited. I said, am I paying your bills, Mr. Regal?
Yeah.
Because I think I am.
Yeah. And now everyone has it.
The other thing that is in ties with movies is the app Letterboxd. Listen, guys.
Add
this
Georgia
app,
on Letterboxd.
Add me at GMoneySwagBag. That's not a joke. That's my actual username. Hit me up.
I had it, but then I deleted it because I knew I wouldn't use it. But now that I'm going to the movies again, I'll probably re-download it.
Yeah.
You
rated like one movie.
I was just anxious about having to go and remember every movie I'd ever watched. But I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to start now.
Start fresh. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing.
Because I just got a little overwhelmed.
Now I'm going to read you some of my Letterboxd reviews because I think I'm hilarious. So
review time with Georgia.
Okay, like I said, G Money Swag Bag. That's GMONEYSWAGBAG.
That's G as in Georgia, M as in Mundok.
Most recently, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Saw that last night with
It was good.
Dog. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4 stars, and I said, "Don't you know I'm dead inside?" Because that was a quote from John Mulaney's character, and I quoted that, and I said, "So real." I also watched Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Wow, I watched that in my apartment with Michaela, not in the movies. It came out in 2017, so I'm a little behind. But how could I not watch it after I saw the Pedro Pascal edit? Oh, you guys know the one.
The edit, all capitals.
Lady. You know, when he's the cowboy. Yeah, with the whip. Oh, if you haven't seen it, luckily for you, I linked it in the description of this video. Or audio.
What's that? First Wives Club?
I don't know. It's an ad.
Sounds like something I would like.
I gave it a 4.5.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Just so you know, these ratings are out of 5.
Yes.
Not 10.
It's a 5-star scale. Sorry, I didn't say that. Thank you, Ruby.
You're welcome.
You put Pedro Pascal and Taron Egerton in a movie together. What did you expect me to rate it? That was my review.
5.
And then Creed. I saw Creed 2. Sorry, Creed 3.
I still need to see that.
Yes. Creed 3.
Because it's Michael B. Jackson.
Who?
Is that his...
Who? Michael B. Jackson, the guy who wrote Thriller. You said that so confidently too. You're like, well, I need to see that because it's Michael B. Jackson. And that's our show. Thank you so much.
Michael B. Jordan. Can you tell it's 7 at night?
Classic mix-up. Remember last week when it was all, oh, Georgia, I can't believe you got Woody Harrelson confused with an old president. Look who's talking now. We're even.
Keep going.
Okay, Creed 3, which, if you don't know, has Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors in it. Two very handsome men. I gave it a 3.5. You know, they were hot, but the plot was kind of lacking. And then I pretended that they were fighting over me.
To be fair,
true,
we haven't seen the first 2 Creeds.
Yeah.
It probably would have been better if you've seen them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was so funny.
And then 80 for Brady, I gave it a 1.5. And I said I thought Tom Brady was going to kiss them on the mouth. Because he does that.
Was he in it?
Yeah.
I don't want to see it.
Here's the thing about that movie. He produced it, which is like, why are you making a movie about old women who are obsessed with you? That's weird.
That's really up Tom Brady's alley.
But I love my silly little app. Love writing silly little reviews. Add me.
Love.
Oh wait, also my top 4
Oh.
Top 4 movies.
Have we talked about our top favorite movies? We definitely have.
And loosely.
Okay.
My top 4 movies: Cat in the Hat, Obvi, Spider-Man No Way Home, Moonrise Kingdom, and Luca, which I feel like I should update that and put Kingsman, the Golden Circle on there.
Which one would you take out?
Probably Luca. Wow. When's the last time, it was great in its time, but when's the last time you heard me talk about that movie?
I don't know. My favorite movies?
Remember the Titans.
Yes. Yeah, you guess.
Remember the Titans, The Sound of Music. Can I get a hint? Are any of them animated? No.
No. One's a Christmas movie.
Meet the Coopers. Love the Coopers, sorry.
That's not one of my top favorites.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Duh. Mm-hmm. That's 3. And then
I don't even know. I just know those 3.
Do you want me to look at your letterboxd profile?
I don't remember. Oh, I put Top Gun Maverick as the other one.
Oh, duh. That was so no-brainer that I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, we were just talking about it, so we just right on.
Yeah. This is related to movies, and I was thinking about it the other day. Well, I've been thinking about it a lot recently because I saw Megan, which is the movie with
I want to see that.
The doll, whatever, and I saw that with my brother Alex.
Hi, Megan.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Really good impressions today.
Thank you.
But I saw it with my brother Alex and my sister-in-law Kelsey and my sister-in-law's brother Hunter. Squad up. We went to go see it. It was so bad. Love to make fun of it though. And my brother reminded me of the time that I saw another horror doll movie, which is The Boy.
Oh, that movie?
That movie was so
scary.
Funny. It was not scary. It was hilarious.
No.
But I went to go see it, I want to say 6th or 7th grade when it came out. Whenever it came out, I went and saw it in theaters with my 2 friends.
Wow.
And if you don't know what The Boy is, it's about this doll
that's
like a boy, but it's made to look like a boy who died, and like his spirit lives inside it and like moves around the house.
Isn't he actually like in the basement?
He lives in the walls, and he's like, so the
spoiler.
The guy, the boy, I guess didn't actually die, and he lives in the walls, and then he just like gets out of the walls and like moves the doll around and is weird.
Yeah,
but
that's a pretty lame life.
The doll is, a white boy with blackish hair, and my brother is a white boy with brownish blackish hair. And my mom, when we were young. I don't have one. I'm not petty about it. You know, it doesn't matter. My mom, when Emily, my sister, and Alex were younger, got them look-alike dolls for some reason.
Ooh.
I don't know. We have a lot of dolls in our basement. And
I'm not
they're
going to your basement.
They're like lined up. And I'm like, Mom, can we please? And she's like, no, they're cute. I'm like,
no.
Okay. Anyways, Emily and Alex both have look-alike dolls. And, you know, my brother had known I was going to see this movie. So what he did was he put his look-alike doll, which looks like the boy doll. I'll post it on the Instagram a comparison.
That's so funny.
In my room, in my bed, reading a book.
That's so funny.
And my mom, you know, she picks me up from the movies. I couldn't drive. She's like, how is it? I was like, oh, it's not scary. I wasn't even scared the whole time. You know, I'm really hyping it up. And she's like, okay. And then...
Did she know?
Yeah, she knew. I come in my house. I go in my room, probably like 10 p.m. Turn on the light. There it is. I screamed bloody murder. I was crying. There's a video somewhere. I was sobbing.
They recorded it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was sobbing my eyes out. I was like, oh my God, how could you do this? And everyone was laughing. My mom, my brother.
That is hilarious.
The whole family came out. I was like, this is ridiculous.
That is so funny.
Jail time. He is still, like, when we saw Megan, he brought it up and I had forgotten. I was like,
God.
That's your proudest accomplishment.
That's
your
funny.
Proudest moment, isn't it?
Classic older brother.
I know.
Core. Do you believe in like ghosts and spirits and paranormal activity and all that stuff?
I think so. I don't know.
I don't think I believe in like the conjuring demon, like scary.
Right.
But like ghosts, yeah.
I think ghosts exist. There's probably one in my apartment. Last night, dude.
Why? Did someone die there?
I don't know. Maybe.
Aren't they kind of new?
I don't know. But like, I'm in my apartment alone right now
tonight.
Because it's spring break and my roommates abandoned me. So it's just me, and like 9 o'clock hits, I'm in my room with the door shut. And I could like last night, I swear someone walked in. I was like, eh. But it also could be my neighbors because like every time they move, I can hear it. So I think it's just that. But ghosts, yeah.
Definitely think I believe in ghosts. My old house was 100% haunted. 100%. We all knew it. There were so many like weird things that would happen. Like many times we would get back from something and the toilet in my bathroom, the flush handle would be in the toilet bowl.
What?
And we were like, it's not like it could become untwisted and fall into the bowl because it's sticking off the side.
Right.
And there was a creepy closet in that bathroom. So I was like, that ghost is definitely hanging out in the closet and pranking us.
That's so
And
cool.
like my parents would be like, Jaina, Ruby, was that you? And we both be like, no, like it wasn't. So that was definitely a ghost. The house was very old. So, and the guy that lived in it like years and years and years before us, I don't think he died in it, but he died and he loved that house. So I think he probably came back.
Yeah.
And there were times like stuff with the dishwasher, like it'd be open or closed, or we'd come back and the door would be open. Like just a ton of weird shit. And that house loved it, but I was terrified to stay in that house alone because it was old and like we had a huge basement and like there were a lot of rooms in it, and it like is one of those houses that like it just makes noise. And the whole front of it was like windows. So it's like I kept thinking somebody was looking in at me. Oh, I would get so scared.
Dude, this one time, I swear to... So, like, at my house, in my backyard's pretty big, I'd say.
Yeah.
Pretty long width and height-wise. And there's a line of trees at the very back of my backyard, and then there's a warehouse behind it. So the trees separate, like, the backyard from the warehouse. And this one time, I was jumping on my trampoline, and this guy came out of the woods, random boy. Like, I was probably...
it's the boy.
4th or 5th grade. I can't remember if Emily was with me or not. I think I was alone. I don't know. She might have been there. Whatever. Comes out of the trees... And I don't remember what he said, but he said something.
Oh, we got out of the woods.
Sorry for the build. He was like, I don't know. He said something, and then he went back in the trees.
Yeah, we had trees along the back of our yard.
Yeah.
And
people
there was
just,
definitely
kids,
people living there.
Kids just like hang out there. And so, but ever since that moment, I'm like, make sure as soon as it goes, like the sun sets, I'm like, close the blinds.
Yeah.
Because I don't want tree boy looking at me.
If you're home alone and somebody rings the doorbell, so you like crawl down so they don't see you.
Army crawl, and then you're like looking out the window and be like, whose car is it? Whose car is it?
My neighborhood like was nice, but it was like in between roads that like people would assume that the neighborhood you could cut through to get to the other road. So like we had a lot of creepers that would drive through our neighborhood, including this one guy who drove in this silver van, and like he would always come around like school pickup time.
No.
And like, or like when my mom would be walking my dog, he would be there, and he would like drive super slow with his window down.
No.
And it got to the point where he did it so much where like my dad one morning followed him.
Really?
And like we found out where he lives and like who he is and what, and like he owned a business right outside of our neighborhood. And I think my dad probably told the police. And then we found out that he died.
Oh.
Like soon after.
Mm.
That's not sad.
Okay.
He was a creeper.
Well,
he was definitely like a pedophile.
Yeah.
But I was just
weird.
like terrified to run through my neighborhood.
Right.
Well, then when people would knock on the door or ring the doorbell when I was home alone, I'd be like, yeesh, who is this?
It's him. He's here for me.
Yeah. So a lot of traumatizing times.
I didn't live in a neighborhood. I lived on a street. We never really had anyone creepy, you know.
That's good.
Except for the woods kid.
Yeah, the boy.
And the boy, if you will.
Yeah.
And this like teenager who was robbing garages once.
Oh. I always had a fear of getting robbed.
Really?
Yeah, because my best friend, Eliana, who was my best friend throughout elementary school, she lived in my neighborhood too. We live right by a Dairy Queen. And she told me once that somebody broke into the Dairy Queen at night and started to steal stuff. And I heard that and was like,
Next, they're stopping at the Mundog household.
And literally after that, and to this day, I was just like, oh my God, a thief is going to come in. That's why I like living in apartment buildings where there's like 2 doors
Massive
to get
security,
into it.
Yeah.
But yikes. Yeah, after that Dairy Queen story, I was like, absolutely.
I'm extra locking my
not.
stuff.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Making an escape plan and everything.
I never really had any experience with stealing. I'm a pretty responsible gal.
Did you ever shoplift?
No.
I never did either.
Someone asked me that the other day. I was like, no.
My moral compass would be so berserk.
Yeah.
If I stole.
We have really good morals, you and I.
Like I can't even go into a store and put something back in the wrong place.
Yeah.
I feel so guilty. I've tried to do it so many times. I'll be like, I'm just gonna leave this here. And I literally just like, I can't force myself to do it. And I think it's partly because I worked retail. So I know how much it sucks.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm just gonna help them out. But like, oh, I have tried and my body is just like, no.
I just remembered the time that I stole.
You stole?
Yeah.
What'd you steal?
It was recently and I did it on accident.
You stole recently?
Yeah, and I did
From
it on
who?
accident from Millersville University.
What did you steal?
A galley wrap.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. It was horrible. I'm gonna share my story, and if I get arrested, like that's just
Millersville, they're gonna fire you. They're gonna revoke your if
that's
you
just
get
like
scholarships.
what has to happen because I'm a freaking criminal. Okay, so
I don't know if we can continue this podcast. I don't really want to be associated with you anymore.
I understand. Just hear me out, okay? My final message to the world. Yeah. So there's this place on campus called the Galley, you know.
One of our dining halls.
One of our dining halls.
It's not a place on campus. It's a dining hall.
It's a place on campus. A dining hall is a place on campus.
I know, but you made it seem like there's a place on campus.
And they're famous for their galley wraps, which Ruby and I get a lot. Mm-hmm. And living in the apartments now, I don't have a meal plan because I just make my meals at home. But my friend Joanna has a meal plan. She has like a smaller meal plan, even though she lives in the apartments. And so sometimes me, Joanna, and Noelle will go to the galley and Joanna will use her meal swipes.
Mm-hmm. Anyone who has meal swipes has way too many. So like you can always scrounge some up.
Right. So we go to the galley, you know, we all get galley wraps. We get a drink, we get a side, make sure it's a meal to get those swipes. We go to check out and, you know, I thought it was going to be like every other time where Joanna's like 3 meal swipes, please. And apparently she only said 2 meal swipes, please, even though I was there, which let's talk about that.
Yeah,
Just
Joanna.
exclude me, Joanna.
Yeah.
But she was like 2 meal swipes, and then we walked away, and she looks at me, and she goes, "Did you pay for that?" And I was like,
was she just not going to pay for you?
Yes. I was like, what? I was like, didn't you swipe? She was like, no, I swiped for me and Noelle. And I was like, why didn't you swipe? You swiped for me last time. And she was like, Georgea, you just stole that. And I was like, no, I didn't. You pay for you. And God bless the old lady who was working. because I just feel bad. Because her count was probably off or something.
It's okay.
And like I sat there and I was like, I can't even eat this.
The galley wraps are made to order.
I'm sick.
They're made to order. There's no count. Don't worry. One time I went.
That was the only time I've robbed. Okay. And I,
it weighs down on her every day.
The police are going to come outside my house.
She can't go swimming now because it weighs her down so much.
I said, when I ate it and then I said it tasted like crime. It didn't taste good.
I went to the galley once with Vanessa and Aaron and Megan and all of them. This was last semester.
The dogs.
And they agreed that somebody was gonna give me a meal swipe. And I was waiting for my galley wrap to be made. So, I was taking a little bit, but they already got stuff that was pre-made. And they forgot about me. So they all went out and sat down far away. And I didn't have my wallet with me. So it's not like I could have paid for my galley wrap. And I literally started frantically texting everyone. I was like, come back. I need a meal swipe.
You forgot to pay for me.
I forgot. Yeah, I don't have my money. And then they had to come back and then somebody paid for me. But I stole once.
You lied earlier.
I didn't shoplift.
Okay.
I stole.
What'd you steal?
I was at a place in Ohio. It was like a paint your own pottery place, but then they also had like yarn and stuff you could put on it. And I stole a little bit of fluffy yarn. And my mom found out when we were in the car and she made me go and return it. Mm-hmm. I was like, it's a scrap piece of yarn, Suzanne. But she made me go back and return it. That was humbling. One time. So we both have stolen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you stole, you took it back. I forgot about this until you just said this. One time Mackenzie's going to kill me for, he might not because he likes his story because it makes me look bad. One time, Mackenzie's my best friend from home. One time Mackenzie and I went to King of Prussia, I think.
Did you shoplift?
No, I didn't. And so we went to King of Prussia and we went into PacSun and Mackenzie had seen this t-shirt that he liked. And he was like, I don't know if I want it. And I was like, just carry it around. And then at the end, like, we'll decide if it's worth it or not, whatever. So we had it over his arm and we were walking around and then we're like, no, we don't really like anything. And we left. And then like 5 minutes go by. We're walking around the mall. He like looks at me and he's like, Georgia. And I was like, what? And he pulls the shirt from his arm. He goes, we're going to get arrested. And I was like, no, I was like, why didn't the alarm go off? Like, usually the alarm goes off if you steal. Like, why didn't it go off? And he was like, should we take it back? And I was like, I don't know, like, free t-shirt would kind of be nice. God. And he was like, no, Georgia, like, I think we should take it back. And I was like, but the alarms didn't go off. And he was like, but they had cameras. And I was like, but the alarms didn't go off. And I was like, I'm going to
Did you want the shirt?
No, he wanted, I don't know. He wanted it. I didn't want it. It was his shirt. But I was like, we made it out. Nothing happened. Free t-shirt. And that was like that was the only, I don't know what was up my grill that day, but that was the only time that I was ever like, usually I'm like, order must prevail, to quote Michael Longfellow. But so then we started freaking out. We're like, we don't know what to do. I called my mom, didn't answer. Typical. I called Emily, didn't answer. Typical. Mackenzie called his mom and he's like, hey mom, here's the deal. Like, we just stole a shirt from PacSun by accident. Like, what do we do? She starts flipping out. She goes, you need to take it back immediately. What do you mean you stole it? You can't get away with that. What if the cameras? And then she goes, and this is what got us. She goes, what if the police are outside waiting for you to leave the mall? What if they have the mall surrounded? What then? And we were like, oh my God, we're done. So we like went.
I'm sure that they would deploy the entire police force to surround King of Prussia Mall for a t-shirt.
That's the thing. Like Mackenzie and I were like, oh my God, she's right. Like we have to go back. So we went back. Mackenzie like went in line at the cashier and was like, hey, I accidentally left with this. Like, here you go. And no, he bought it. He bought the shirt. Sorry. He got back. We went in the store. He got in line and he bought it. And then we left. And I don't think he wears it because it's like, it feels illegal.
Memories,
it's so funny though. And he always clowns me because he's like, you tried to get me to commit a crime, Georgia. I said, the crime was already committed.
That's true.
We're just going to pull it off. It's not a crime unless you get caught.
Ooh. If you didn't hear the tree fall, did it actually happen?
When you're falling in a forest, there's nobody around, Do you ever really crash or even make a sound?
What's that
when
from?
You're falling in the forest and there's nobody around.
What have I started?
Do you ever really crash or even Dear Evan Hansen? It's from a musical.
Okay.
This seems like a perfect.
I think so.
Perfect little ending point.
I think so.
From
Illuminate
to crime.
Ooh, so
that's kinda
rebellious of us.
nice.
Yeah, we're little rascals.
We're a little
criminals.
edgy.
No big deal.
If you will. You know Ruby and I. Always breaking the rules.
Mm-hmm. The silence is deafening.
Anyways,
thank you so much for listening to this episode. Hopefully it was the pot of gold at the end of your St. Patrick's Day rainbow. From your 2 favorite leprechauns. Thanks for watching. Pinch, pinch. Oh my God.
She's at it again.
Follow us on social media. On Instagram and TikTok, it's at Hyper Talkative Podcast. Twitter is at Hyper Talkative. We have a website, www.hypertalkativepodcast.com. We have a link tree in all of our bios. You know the gist.
You know the drill. We don't have to say it again, but we did. So.
What we do because we like hearing ourselves talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
there could be a new viewer.
A way to end the episode.
Exactly. But okay, let's not end it with that. Let's end it with this. Georgia, peace be with you.
I'm with you, Ruby.
Thank you.
I'm with you, Rube Dog.
Thanks, George Dog. Yours doesn't work.
Hyper Talkative Podcast is brought to you by us. Just us.
Unless you want to sponsor us. Wink, wink.
Hyper Talkative is recorded at the Candy Factory Co-working and Social Club in downtown Lancaster.
Our theme music was done by help from Johnny Jed Music, and the show is recorded, edited, and published by Georgia Hall and Ruby Murdoch.